Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also, you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.
Bruce Montalvo.
Continues to spread conspiracy theories.
Penchant for promoting bogus conspiracies as though they were fact.
Bruce Montalvo.
About his conspiracy theory.
This is CNN, a network of China Broadcasting System.
Bruce Montalvo is the only radio talk show host that's not controlled.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show that reminds you to kill your idols. Kill them dead, because they're just a bunch of Nazis anyway. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
What's up, y'all? Jaja's here.
Always here, joined by Jaja, the greatest rapper ever. Joining me live from the epicenter of cool Brooklyn, New York. It is March 11th, 2016. And thank you so much for joining us, folks, on another epic edition of the Bruce Montalvo Show. So what's going on, Ja?
I don't know, Bruce. I'm not feeling that well. You know, we're still fighting this cold, and I don't know what's happening with this Trump rally. There's like
people are beating the hell out of each other in Chicago right now. They had to postpone a couple of Trump rallies because, they're just a bunch of Nazis. We talked about it last week. It's no different than the movie The Wall. How Pink was like, look at that guy in the spotlight. He don't look right. Put him up against the wall. Right?
Right.
And, it's just, to me, it's all orchestrated. It's all staged. Okay? It was even more staged with the Univision Democratic debate. What the hell is this? Are we living in Mexico? Univision Democratic debates?
What?
Really? Really?
Yeah, and what was that about, Bruce? Why don't you tell people what the Univision...
What do you mean? It was just a bunch of shilling for the satanic high priestess Hillary Clinton, which is what we're going to get into. This broadcast is going to be dedicated, whether you like it or not, to exposing the satanic witch that is going to become the first reptilian lady to be in office.
That's right.
I mean, I hate to admit it, but all the cards are just on the table for this freaking demon woman to take over the White House. I mean, in the Illuminati card game, they had a Hillary Clinton card. Okay, they're telling you right there.
Really?
They're predicting it right there. Hillary Clinton card. Bada bing. That is what the New World Order is doing. They're throwing the Hillary Clinton Illuminati card on the table. That's what they're playing. And all you fools that think Trump is
even potentially
gonna get in, I mean, I just feel for you because it's foreshadowing. You see what's going on. See people beating the hell out of each other at Trump rallies. Just imagine an alternate reality where Trump's president, people are going to be beating the hell out of each other everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
all over the United States.
Well, speaking of beating a president up, in fact, today in Brazil, they had massive demonstrations all over Brazil. They're trying to get rid of their president right now, Dilma, okay? And they actually, supposedly, I heard they knocked on the last president, Lula's door, pulling him off for war crime, or monetary crimes, or something like that, financial fraud. And the supposed, the idiot population of Brazil, sorry, very confused populace. I mean, they get stuck on Portuguese, you know what I'm saying? They got Globo, is the only, mainstream station that's telling them everything. It's only the same language. They can't even, go to the internet and read what's going on in Brazil, in another language. You know what I'm saying? Everything's just a, copy off of Portuguese. It's ridiculous. But what's really amazing about what's going on in Brazil right now is that I didn't even realize it, but they made abortion illegal 3 months ago.
Okay.
In the whole fucking country.
Who signed that? Rand Paul?
Yeah, Rand Paul and the Pope. What do you think? The Dilma being a distant or near relative of the Pope, they look exactly alike, they're ugly asses, and the Brazil loves that Pope, that was the first place that Francis came to, and, the Catholic Pope, what I'm saying, do him, Bruce, do him, tell everybody, to live,
What do you mean, do the Pope? I am the Pope.
That's right, tell everybody not to have abortions, please.
I think he can do that himself. I'm not about to...
No, I'm saying pretend. Okay, yeah, right. So he does that, right? Like how Bruce would... Anyway, it's just really going to be a very awful situation because there's no supplies for food. And it's the extreme of the extreme situation right now. I can't imagine how such a third world nation has the authority and the ability to be able to prevent such a prolific, highly sexualized country popping out millions of babies every year, billions and millions and millions, most of them poor, and they don't have the supplies to feed the kids. They're not going to provide them medical care. I don't understand what the hell they're trying to do. They're trying to, have some, overpopulation that burns itself out and kills itself off. Kind of thing.
It's just a prototype for what the Republicans want to bring to the United States. Okay? What they want is they want the EBT babies to not be killed. But then they want to take away their food. I don't understand these guys. They really don't. And all you neocons and Republicans out there that think the Republican Party's for liberty now, okay, because they're just pretending to be libertarians. I see it all the time with that ugly face Ted Cruz. I mean, seriously, they're just putting it on. They are fakes. They are phonies. I'm sick of these guys pretending to be something they're not.
Yeah. No, it's really they are all just playing a card, and they're playing a character, and none of them can add up to being a real authoritarian. I'm look, I can't stand this shit. I don't like talking about the future Supreme Leader or even Supreme Leader Obama all day. I've never been that kind of a person. So I really, even though we're in a this kind of like subsidiary of a monarch, another kind of monarch. I still believe that, that we have like a system, a judicial system, where there's an executive branch, a judicial branch, a legislative.
No, but these guys are above the law. The monarchs are above the law. The laws don't apply to them. They apply to you. And the more laws there are, the more corrupt the state is. And that's what we have here. We have a freaking Nazi hegemony that has run wild. Okay? And I'm telling you, this guy Trump, he's he is out of control. He's out of control with his rhetoric. But what gets me is that this guy isn't as just verbose and idiotic as he's appearing to be. He's actually known as an intellectual.
Yeah, and Ben Carson kind of took our talking points about that too. He's like, "Oh yes, I'm behind him." He's actually way smarter than people are giving him credit for.
Well, Ben Carson, to me, looks like a guy that instead of being a neurosurgeon, he actually had a lobotomy himself.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like mumbling and stuttering. It just, I don't know about that guy.
You think he's related to the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz?
Could be. Could be. Anyway, you mentioned the Pope, and today's show, titled Satanic High Priestess Hillary Clinton Exposed. And we have a picture of her. You can't see it now, but when you go to our archives, you'll see I have her dressed up as the Pope. Because really, their policies are no different. Because she's a satanic high priestess. Her husband, Bill Clinton, although he's not a member of Bohemian Grove, I've interviewed whistleblowers who are responsible for leaking the information about the Bohemian Grove, who have told me that Bill gets invited to the Bohemian Grove. He's not a member, but he gets invited. And he's even mentioned it before in a couple of speeches. Someone called him out, and he said, "You mean that one place where they run around peeing on trees?" So, what's not to say that Hillary isn't part of the ladies' version of the Bohemian Grove?
The Belizean?
Right. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about that? I don't really know.
I feel like Sonia Sotomayor and like these kind of lesbian women, or maybe, I don't even know if they're lesbian. I mean, I know those ladies are, but like, I'm saying like generally, I don't know if you need to be like a prerequisite of being a lesbian before you walk into the Belizean Grove. I thought it was just like powerful women that are, maybe they have like young men that go in Chippendales and dance for them while they're there too. A bunch of little old ladies and stuff, sitting around. I don't
know about Chippendales. Hillary would probably have a couple of freaking Playboy bunnies dancing around her. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's probably banged out more women than Bill.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that, Bruce.
Anyway, I have an article here that says that Hillary Clinton is a 6th-level Illuminati witch. I believe it. Because how else could you become the president of the United States if you're not an evil son of a bitch yourself?
Well, when your great-grandmother was Lena Headrick, who they based The Wicked Witch of the West off of, literally, her character and the photographs that were taken in 1934 in Germany. You can look them up. Just look up Lena Headrick, the wife of Reinhard Heydrich, and you'll see a woman all in black, Heiling Hitler, looking just exactly like Margaret Hamilton did in The Wicked Witch of the West. She looks like she has the same black hat. It just doesn't have quite the tippity point, but everything else is pretty wicked. The Wicked Witch of the West.
Get it out.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm going to cover a lot of predictive programming on this show, too. And, I'm going to keep tackling this presidential debate. The whole just lunacy, the idiocy of it. And if you go back to a Simpsons episode in 2000, you see a Simpsons episode called Bart to the Future. Okay, they basically predicted a topsy-turvy world gone to hell if Trump gets elected. Basically, what you're seeing in Chicago, these Trump rallies being postponed, that is what the Simpsons were predicting. Basically, total civil war. Now, let's just say Trump does get elected. He happens to beat Clinton, which I highly doubt. What's going to happen? what's going to happen? It's going to be no different than 1984. I mean, really? Really, all you fake freaking libertarians out there think that Trump is for freedom? Really? He wants to destroy freedom. He wants to destroy freedom of speech. He wants to destroy the internet. He says, here's a quote, says, believing in freedom of speech is foolish. That's what Trump said. Oh. And these idiots still give him thunderous applauses. I mean, it's just insanity, okay? To me, if Trump gets elected, you'll see the Statue of Liberty basically get banged out by Hulk Hogan and Trump. Wow. They'll be doing her on both ends.
Yeah, just might as well mention, now that you brought up Hulk, this whole...
Yeah, brother!
I mean, I was listening to the sex tape talk and the whole...
You know I got a 10-inch penis, right, brother?
Okay, but I really don't want to imagine...
Don't make me rip off my shirt on air, brother.
Ugly, blonde, old fucking mustache.
You don't like my mustache, brother?
No, and your ugly global eyes.
Global eyes, brother.
Yeah, you fucking freaky Nazi. And you know what? What really makes me sick is that he's trying to push, and I said this to Bruce privately, I said, oh, they love this shit. They just love pushing the swinger agenda, you know, to break up families and chest the ethical morale, the boundaries, right? And then, like, the next day in court, they use basically word for word. You know, I think Hulk's lawyer said, a defense lawyer said, or it was a prosecuting attorney. I don't fucking know. But anyway, he basically said that the reason why this is fine because let the public decide. It's up to them to make their ethical boundaries, you know. And I was like, what? Because it was so raunchy. I mean, who the fuck wants to... I mean, he's admitting it proudly. He's banging out this other neighbor, his friend's wife, whatever. And because his wife was giving him a hard time. She was a cunt or bitch, whatever. Whatever words they want to use.
His wife ain't giving him a hard... Wait. The friend's wife was giving him a hard time, so he passed his wife over to Hulk?
No, Hulk was complaining that his own wife was giving him so many difficulties.
No, his own wife is banging out like youngsters. She's got like freaking 10 little fucking 18-year-olds on her, just in her purse, like Chihuahua dogs.
Right. Well, that's what it was. He was saying that his wife was being a bitch. I guess he didn't say she cheated on him first, but who knows who did what first. But whatever it is, their ideologies are being totally... advanced and pimped out by the New World Order, and they're using that to set a new social standard or even a fantasy, even perverse as it is. Oh, maybe I'll fuck my friend's wife, or maybe I'll fuck my friend's husband.
I tell you what, all this talk of fucking, maybe they should get Tyrone to come out and fuck all the GOP's freaking bearded wives, long dick style.
Why don't you tell your audience?
That guy's funny.
Why don't you tell him who he is?
I just did. I'm going to give him another plug. That asshole ain't going to plug me. If anything, he'd go up to me and say, hey, I'm going to fuck your wife.
Yeah, and you know what I would do? I would be the first girl to give him a fucking punch in his face.
Actually, he's been slapped by all sorts of ladies already.
I said punch in his face that'll make him fall down.
Yeah, well, you trained at Gleason, so you probably bust one of his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
He's actually an agorist, right? He's a masochistic agorist. He, like, loves to start shit, and then, like, he just loves the abuse. Oh, yes, I want to be famous. Just let me tell you I'm going to...
There's a bit of truth to that.
Yeah. And then he gets hit, and he's like,
Yeah, then the homies come in and say, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Anyway, that's funny. Those YouTube videos really cracked me up. That guy's a real douchebag. Anyway, folks, going back to Trump. Seriously? I mean, if you've ever heard that Bad Religion song, American Jesus, that's what they're making Trump out to be. Like some freaking savior. Haven't we been through this before? I mean, didn't they do the same thing with Obama? Okay, now they're doing it all over again. You know, the political bullshit meter, as soon as these people start opening their mouths, all the stupid, dumbed-down sheeple's brains just start glowing with bullshit. With their bullshit. It's like they don't have minds of their own. They can't think. And They're just stuck in the left, right, bipartisan big government establishment that keeps gang banging them with the same red, white, and blue dick over and over and over and over again, and they don't learn.
No. And they keep dumbing it down to make it stupider and stupider. But now it's gotten so reality TV that they've actually gotten everybody to talk about. Everybody's loving government. Just look at them now. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like even little Tom, whoever, like kids that you would never expect to care.
Everybody's talking about
They
government
talk about
now,
it because
but not in the way that they should be, which
Exactly.
is being against government. They got everybody loving government now. They went from basically being disenfranchised from government, basically not giving two shits about government,
to being entertained.
to now having government entertain them and, like you said, become a reality show.
Yeah. They're becoming actually actors, which is, I think, closer to their reality than we are giving them credit for.
Speaking of reality, Trump has gotten a tranny endorsement. What about that disgusting freaking Caitlyn freaking Jenner endorsing Trump now?
You know, that's crazy, but you know what else I heard today? Shocking news?
What?
That the Wachowski brothers are transgender, or at least one of them, Lily, turned Lily today.
Dear God.
Yeah, one of those guys, they totally turned transgender on everybody. I mean, that's the thing. They want you to be a freak. I mean, the only way you could be famous is either if you're just doing something very ostentatiously obnoxious, saying that your sexuality is not normal. It's not like... Actually, I think I'm really radical right now. All right? I'm an artist, and I'm a rapper, and I'm fucking straight. All right? And I've never done anything gay. Sorry, but I haven't.
Yeah,
right?
because everybody in the rap game nowadays is a freaking flaming fanoik.
Yeah, forever and ever and ever and ever. But, I mean, I don't know if every little last single person, but I'm just saying, like, some of the most famous people, not everybody, but I can name at least 70% of the people that are out there, I would believe that are definitely gay. I've heard many gay stories about
Or
it.
they at least did something strange for a piece of change.
Exactly. But enjoyed some of the other stuff, too, with trannies. So, I mean... I was told that several times to try to do something with a gay. I'm like, I have another person lying that I was gay once to somebody else to try to get me signed.
Right. It's a cruel game.
It's something creepy, man. I don't get it. What the fuck? I mean, right today is very important. Like, can somebody come out and say, yeah, I'm really straight and I love my wife and, you know.
Anyway, I was talking about Caitlyn Jenner.
Sorry.
Okay, endorsing Trump. What's with all these trannies? I mean, that tranny can't even figure out who it wants to endorse. If it wants to be a man again, if it wants to be a woman. You know, 1 minute it's sucking on freaking Ted Cruz, and the next minute it wants freaking Donald Trump.
Listen,
didn't that thing kill somebody? Why is it allowed to even be on
in the
TV?
limelight? I know.
Really? You want to find me 25 large? Go ahead, you freaking disgusting piece of crap. You killed somebody.
That's right. Transgender, right? Bruce Transgender?
Bruce Transgender. That's what I like that.
You know, like, I've met millions of transgenders in my life. I can't believe and it's fine. I don't have any problems with the transgender community. I just think the way that they're elevating it, and I think people should respect people as people. That's fine. But the fact that they're making them the next idols is suspicious to me. That's how I should put it. Suspicious. Because it's showing that you have to be this asexual person. Now, I've heard from, like, they used to like, in other countries, like Asian countries, Southeast Asian countries, they used to like these monks to be, and most of the monks in Tibet, they like to be gay because they think that the gay man or the asexual man, celibate man, has the same reason why there's priests. They can be more empathetic toward both the woman and the man. You know, so they like to have that middle ground.
I tell you what, thanks to this agenda, we have become the laughing stock of the entire world. Okay? And with a guy like Trump, we will definitely be the laughing stock of the entire world.
No, it's ridiculous. It's such a joke. I mean, it's making fun of us.
What are they going to do? Put transgenders in the military next?
Yeah, I can just see it now.
Okay, the FBI and the CIA are already hiring a bunch of freaking fanooks, bunch of fags. I mean, what's next?
Well, we have like half the truth.
Cartwheeling freaking circus bears?
Well, Bruce,
is that next?
You're right, but a lot of the famous guys that people know, and I would never mention their names right now, except for maybe Alex Jones, who like dressed up as Marilyn Monroe. I've seen pictures of him, but a lot of them
Google that up.
Right, a lot of them are cross dressers. You know, they themselves.
Yeah, well, the Illuminati has this ritual where they call it the Illuminati male dress ritual. Usually, it's reserved for black actors only. But, you know, I saw Willem Dafoe the other day doing the Marilyn Monroe. He probably got that from good old Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Got the idea. You know, they're doing motion pictures and film now. Last time I checked their bio, they're motion pictures and film. I guess that's what happens when you hang out in Charlie Sheen's gym, smelling his freaking gym shorts all day.
Wasn't he supposed to have AIDS or something like that?
No, right. That's probably why Alex lost a little bit of weight, folks. Anyway... If you're tuned in, you can remain tuned in or tune in the future by simply going to Spreaker.com and typing in the Bruce Montalvo Show. You can listen to us on demand on your iPad, your iPhone. Go to Google and type in the Bruce Montalvo Show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Exposed News. exposednewsalternative.wordpress.com, exposednewstv.wordpress.com, and that's where you can find us, folks. And on TalkStream Live, Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, live every Friday.
Also, you can add me at Twitter. It's very easy. Just go twitter.com/Jaja, Jahjah, and then I'll let you know when my new album's coming out, because I am releasing the singles. And I could just, like, keep you up to date on... You get the latest flash news or whatever for me, too, you know.
All right, now, before we expose the high priestess Hillary, let's talk about Trump's strategy a little bit. I figured out his strategy the other day when I was watching him shave Vince McMahon's head the other day, how he was speaking to the retards over at the WWF Universe. I think he was training to become who he is today, the figure he is today when he was on the WWE.
You do, huh?
Because he was basically trying to project to idiots that they're smart.
Okay.
And let me tell you, that is a strategy that is working very well for Trump.
Right.
And what was it, that ugly-faced, booger-eating bastard, Ted Cruz, he even said it himself. What did he say the other day? That Trump's supporters are basically low information? Couldn't be any more right than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a 75-year-old man punching someone in the face, okay, at a rally. I mean, it's just getting disgusting.
Yeah, and Trump keeps saying about, like, this one hates.
They even said they were gonna kill somebody. He said next time we see him, we're gonna kill him. Wow. Really? That's presidential, folks? You want to see presidential? Why don't you vote for Gary Johnson, okay, who I bet in a fight would whoop Donald Trump's pussy ass all over the place. He'd kick his fucking monkey ass all over the place. He'd knock that stupid toupee right off his fucking head, folks.
Yeah, no, I believe that Trump is just an incredible actor, and the script on him has been designed for a while. He knows he had to bring it down a few notches, step it down low, to the sports mentality, because that's where the majority of the Americans exist. You know, in terms of, like, at one time, you know, they're all watching the Super Bowl. You know, it's just one of the people in this country, they've already realized that, the advertisers, that their biggest audiences are sports audiences. So, of course, that makes sense for Trump to dumb down his message. But in essence, he's never going to win, because the superdelegates do all the final picking.
Yeah, they have the final say.
And they're not even touching on Trump. And if that was the case, then how come all of those Republicans are saying, oh, well, I have this one doesn't have a chance against Hillary. They all keep using Hillary as the oppositional zenith. You know, they keep saying, well, Rubio wouldn't be able to beat Hillary. Ted Cruz wouldn't be able to beat Hillary. So it's not about Bernie. It's about beating Hillary. Which just tells you right there that Hillary is going to be president.
A pink flamingo and a water boy can't beat Hillary. That's obvious.
Right.
Right? But I'll tell you what. If Trump were to get elected, everybody would be cleaning shit at the Trump Towers. Okay? All Americans would have jobs. Yeah, he says he's going to create jobs. Yeah. Cleaning the toilets at the Trump Towers.
Slave job.
Right. And he basically fired the entire American populace. You're all fired. That's what would happen.
Right. He'd hire he'd bring in aliens to come populate America. All of you Americans, you're fired. He'd kick us all out. Maybe that's what the whole nuclear, the shit that's going on all over the country. I mean, we got methane gas leaks in California on close to an earthquake when smog gonna choke you out. Then you got this water contamination in Michigan. You have Indian Point leaking uncontrollable amounts of radiation tritium into our water supply, directly relating and creating populations of diabetes and thyroid and cancer. I have a friend that I just found out that died a few months ago. I looked up where he lived. He was a doctor, and turns out he was treating prostate cancer, and he had prostate cancer, and he lived 15 miles from the Indian Point plant.
Wow.
15 miles. I looked at the town. I was like, I bet he lived not far from there.
And now you have this Florida nuclear power plant leaking water into a national park over there.
Yeah, it's gonna go, but it's not as bad as this Indian Point, which is much older, and it's more. It's gonna taint more people over there. As they say, it's just gonna mess with the Keys a little bit, and maybe Cuba in the end. It looks like
it's definitely gonna affect Cuba.
But
the stream of the toxicity is gonna flow right into Havana.
But that's whatever. That's them. But forget it. What about us? You know what I'm saying? But that's here in New York. I think that it's so dangerous right now, the water supply. And that means, suppose you do get yourselves new filters. What about when you decide to go to somebody else's house? Or eat dinner at their house? Or go to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Or, you can't get their pre-made food either, at the local stores. Everything, you're going to have to get your food that's not grown on New York property below the Hudson, Buchanan in New York. Buchanan, New York is going to be, that's where Indian Point is, and the water below that, above that is fine, but the water below that is going to have tritium in it.
So basically everybody's genitals are going to start glowing neon green pretty soon.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cervical cancers and a lot of prostate cancers and thyroid issues.
Amazing.
It's really scary. I think alternative media is just despicable. If you don't hear them talking about it, don't believe anything else that they tell you in this world.
Look, all you have in alternative media is a bunch of switch hitters that are working, one side and working the other side and just lying their asses off. That's all it is.
Dominican switch hitters?
You mean inquisitors?
Yes.
Jesuit inquisitors in alternative media, all of them. All of them. Every single one of them. I don't trust anybody in alternative media. Everybody in alternative media can kiss my ass.
Exactly. I haven't met anybody that I can trust, except for Bruce. I mean, everybody I've raised an eyebrow to. Even Bruce, when I first started hearing him, I was like, how the hell did he get so many famous people on his show?
Because I'm the man, because I'm the myth, because I'm the legend, because there's nobody that can excellently execute better than I can. That's why.
But that behind the scenes, I was like, is he a Mason or something? How come he's got all these Masons? And
you didn't know enough about me. You just wanted to find out about my doggy style. Anyway, which you have. Anyway, folks, we're going to be walking on barbed wire here in New York very freaking soon. Aren't we?
I don't know. I think that people are very closed-minded, number one. They're blind, number two. And if they're kept quiet, if the information is kept from them in any way, they'll just find a way to delete it from their memory. and they won't really register it as something real because it'd be very hard to see people dropping left and right. Now, granted, the people that are hit the hardest are within a 15 to 20 mile radius, but that's not included all the cancer clusters that are happening. This is like the highest level of cancers that are happening right now, and everybody's got their own set of codes, like certain people eat certain things, certain people have these susceptibilities, certain people have AIDS. If you have like certain kinds of diseases, you have to be careful that it doesn't make, you can get worse. You can just trip out and die, get cancer and die. I think Aaron Russo actually lived up in White Plains at one point I know he did, up in White Plains, I think. Yeah, and that's where he had a house, and all these these things, I
was going to save this for a little bit later, but since we're on the topic right now, I have a major bombshell to break, okay? And again, this pertains to the revelation of the method, the whole predictive programming. Now, basically, I'm in New York, okay? And I'm here because I like the pizza, folks. I think of myself as a freaking Ninja Turtle sometimes, right? Well, guess what? The Ninja Turtles predicted the nuclear bio-holocaust that's happening right now. And they did it back in the 1990s in their films.
They knew what they were going to do.
They were leaking radioactive material into the New York water supply. That's how you got those pizza-eating freaks, the Ninja Turtles, to begin with.
It's very predictive programming. There's something going on there.
There's even more to it. I mean, the first shot in the first film, in the Jim Henson films, the first shot is of the Twin Towers. After that, they don't show the Twin Towers at all, almost. They just show the skyline of New York without the Twin Towers, which to me is just mind-boggling. And the whole radioactive in the water supply, and there's a power plant in the second movie, The Secret of the Ooze, that's leaking nuclear material, and they're covering it up.
What? Oh, so they had that big cover up with the poop story.
And this goes back to the 1990s. 1990s.
Yeah, so little by little, I'm sure that the investors are trying to either make their money and get out, or they already physically stepped out of New York, and I think this is going to be the next Holocaust. I really do.
This is the nuclear bio-holocaust. We did an emergency broadcast. This is basically an emergency broadcast right now. If you're in the New York area, your balls are going to start glowing. They're going to fall off. They're going to be freaking nuclear warheads. You better get the hell out of here while you still can.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise the radiation is just going to build up in your body, and you'll get some kind of cancer. I mean, there's a girl around my block that I'm friends with. She said that she knew a few people in this whole neighborhood. They all had breast cancer around at the same time, and she was fighting it. And maybe they had like a lot of high interval of the certain type of combo, those chemical combos, not just tritium, but there's like 10 different kinds of different aspects in the elements in the leakage itself. So any of those in combo can cause certain types of cancers more than others. So
look, this is just like the article I saw. It's Fukushima's mini-me. That's exactly what it is. Okay, and RT wants to sugarcoat it. Oh, America could have a Fukushima disaster. It already is happening, you freaking communist propagandists.
Yeah.
It's already happening. It's happening here. You morons.
Yeah, but they don't want to scare anybody because they won't be able to handle any kind of mass evacuation in New York. They said the biggest threats are within 20 miles, but they do recommend 50 miles. We're 51 miles, okay? So 51 miles of evacuation, that means they're going to be stampeding right through our place to get to that 51 mile, and we're at the 51st mile away from them.
I mean, we're still in the epicenter of cool Brooklyn, New York. I wouldn't want to leave. But, the Jews didn't want to leave Germany when they were being killed, right?
Yeah, they didn't believe it. It was such a cool place. They loved them, They did so many great things there. They so prolific in their society, and they were so integrated. Most of them were not even so religious at the time. They couldn't understand how that could happen or why it would happen, or, and people just kept disappearing, and then they kept hearing the buzzword, although they didn't have the internet like we do today. They only had a couple of messengers if they were able to survive, or the piece of paper that was written down, or the letter that was written down. But everything was closed off, and they really had a grasp on how to shut shit down. Them now they do their best, but they'll probably have these counterattack us by saying that we're crazy nut jobs for even talking about it. And to speak of the devil, the real devil is when I went on InfoWars and I posted. Because they started talking about some really stupid MTV thing, because that's like the new InfoWars is now mainstream, and they don't talk about anything that really matters to people anymore. So all I did was make a very simple, pointed statement, and I put it on Paul's page. He never said anything back, but there were 15 trolls that came after me after...
And they viciously attacked
after saying, hey, why isn't InfoWars addressing the nuclear bomb that's basically dripping into the Hudson River, and the water's way above drinking level limits, 7,500 times worse than we're allowed, and it violates the Clean Water Act and millions of other things. You can't drink it. And they all attacked me. Granted, my comment got 20 likes on it. It was so weird, just because they get their messages in front of thousands of people. But so many, they went on and on and on, and I know it was InfoWars because Bruce analyzed one of the guys. He said it was Joe Biggs, and these guys started punking me, telling me that my music was whack and I'm crazy. They love telling women that they're crazy, even though I said nothing feminist, right? All I did was say a point blank fact, right? And then they started calling me crazy feminist. And I'm a man hater, and it was so obscene. They called me a man. Even they were like, "Oh, you're a man." It was unbelievable.
That's just wishful thinking, because word on the street is that these guys love to go to the gayest hotspots in Austin, where there's freaking she-males dancing around with their freaking jewels all over their faces.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's what they like, right?
Tranny parties. I heard about that.
Charlie Sheen must have gotten them into that.
I'm sure it was just protocol for these people. It sounded like it was something they would do on a regular. I mean, just look at Gucciardi, okay? I mean, that guy has the biggest lisp in the history of Truth Media Radio.
I don't know how anybody can listen to that outfit of lies any longer.
They're complete lies. I used to listen to them and like them and never had any issues with them until they really started attacking my character and other things, I even entered their stupid fucking contest and about Hillary, and I pre-released my song Benghazi with them. Bruce made a fabulous video and they didn't give it any play whatsoever. The music is so well produced. That song is so hot. The lyrics are so tight. Okay, the beat is pretty banging, and they had put some other very, very weak, bad artists. They even showcased them, and mine that really told the truth about Benghazi and really was
totally exposed Hillary. Totally.
They totally ignored.
Totally exposed the gun running that she did. Okay, this woman is arming ISIS. This woman is arming Hamas. Okay, this woman is out of control.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to deal with. A satanic witch as the next president of the United States. Yeah. Okay, this woman has killed people. She has murdered people. She was part of a freaking a drug cartel, pretty much. Okay? Her law firm was bankrolled by drug money. Okay? Her husband was high out of his mind on cocaine when he was the governor of Arkansas, whatever the hell. And it's just amazing to me how Jorge Ramass and all these people, it's just so orchestrated and so staged, the questions that they were asking this vile woman.
Mm. Yeah, but I would really like to see Hillary Clinton kill somebody with her own hands. That would be a really good snuff film, don't you think? Do you think it exists somewhere?
I think it's out there already.
You do?
Yeah. I think she killed one of her freaking assistants.
Okay. Anyway, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, maybe she's like the witches from the American Horror Story.
Yeah, she killed. I think she had something to do with the death of Vince Foster, her former law partner.
Oh, you can't prove anything. You can't say that.
Well, I just did.
Okay, but she deserves a defense, and I'm not a defense lawyer.
Oh, yeah. Who's she going to defend? Pedos? Because last time I checked, that's who she defended. Oh, and Richard Nixon, too. Okay, this woman is vile scum. And, look, just because Caitlyn Jenner is against Hillary Clinton doesn't mean that I'm on the cool kids side, the tranny kids side. Now I'm supporting them, okay? It doesn't take... They're just giving them the talking points, the libertarian talking points. Hillary Clinton is evil, folks.
Okay, whatever. I don't really think so. I think that...
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. You know what? You can all hate me, but just because the whole truth movement, everybody in this world right now hates her. And I think for that reason alone, I like to just walk the other path. And I just don't... I think that...
Are you going to walk the other path knowing that she funded Monsanto and actually worked on their law firm?
No. But you know...
How many people has Monsanto killed?
Okay, Monsanto is very evil. Is an evil empire, and everybody should really take that corporation down.
Oh, well, Hillary's not going to take it down. But here's the thing, folks. She will order her chefs to give her organic food for her and her people. But for you and the rest of us, we got to eat Franken-fucking foods.
They're all doing that, though. Obama did the same thing. They all did that, though, Bruce. What difference is it? Does it?
Go ahead and say her favorite fucking slogan.
But I'm saying...
Go ahead, make my day.
Bruce, they're all scumbags in that way. There hasn't been one person from Pelosi to Obama to Romney. All of them are behind Monsanto. I looked it up. They cannot separate themselves. If any of them said, we are going to make America organic again and healthy again, they don't want to say that. Right, Trump?
Look, Hillary Clinton thinks that she could just divert any type of question away just by throwing some little flashbang grenade. Oh, oops, I don't want to deal with that. There you go.
Hey, if somebody came to me and said to me, oh, Jaja, I really think that you robbed such and such and when you did this, right? And I'll be like, get the fuck out of my face, bitch. And she's got the right because she's the one, she was the former first lady. Who is this person? Are they going to step to Barack Obama and say, I think you should go to jail, and that's what they just did to Dilma over in Brazil. They got the population, the peasant population, stepping to people that are just actors in these positions, right? They're actors.
This woman is no different than Eva Peron. She even styles her propaganda the same way. Who are you kidding?
I think she's a spokesperson for people that are above her. Bruce, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs. So that's what you want? That's what you want, Goldman Sachs.
You're going to get them anyway. There's no choice, is what I'm telling you. I'm not saying that,
You're actually right there.
Okay, that's what I'm just trying to say.
Because now we go back to some reasonable logic here, folks. I mean, it's not who votes. It's who counts the votes. I mean, they already elected Hillary president at places like Bilderberg, or Davos, or Bohemian Grove, or the ladies' Bohemian Grove. Okay, one thing you can't deny, though, is to be part of the cabal, which she definitely is you have to be a high-level Satanist or Luciferian. And that's what she is. She does not care. Does she care? I'm telling you, she called the mother of one of the slain Benghazi soldiers a liar. That's somebody that doesn't care. That's a cold-blooded killer. That's just like the Rick James song. Cold-blooded. That's what she is. She's cold-blooded. She's a freaking reptile.
Okay.
Is she not? I exposed it on InfoWars, folks.
Yeah. Yep. She's a turtle.
She is. Most...
Gecko.
Most definitely. It's just, I don't understand how this could be. How we could have this woman basically dropping American soldiers left and right like flies.
I saw her do it, actually. She had a little BB gun and she was going, You're dead.
Well, don't fucking patronize me on my show.
No, I'm not patronizing you, Bruce. Okay, she had like a video game. She had all their names. She'd be like, this one's dead, this one we're killing, and this one killing.
That's what it was for her. It was a video game.
Yes, it was.
Okay, you've seen Patriot games. That's basically what they do now. Okay, they knew that they needed additional security at that Benghazi embassy. Did they give it to them? No. They set up Stevens.
There's the key word. Now,
I'm not saying that they shouldn't charge Obama's ass and the whole freaking crew of corrupt freaking bastards and throw them all in jail.
Okay, but so then start naming names and giving facts. And right now, the American public is just pointing a finger going, Benghazi, email, bad. It doesn't work for me.
She compromised national security using her private server. Okay, the Chinese could have gotten all the information on us. Everybody could have gotten the information on us.
Okay, let me tell you something, Bruce. First of all, that lady works, 24/7. Me, my back door is open all the time for the New World Order to butt-fuck me. The minute I write something on my computer, they sucked it out and spit it out and gave it to 20 people already. Let me tell you something. Whatever happens to her, there's no security. I don't care what kind of privacy she has, VPA, whatever private computer server she is on, it is a false paradigm that it can be, that she's protected at all. Okay, so if don't you remember when Obama was using his BlackBerry and they hacked it right away? They said, okay, you can't use that now. So don't give me that. This is just a game. It's a tease game. It's a strip tease game for the American people to keep it stupid enough without start pointing a finger of real criminals that handled it. And all she's there to do is to buffer the real criminals who actually did design it. She is not Betrayus, okay? She is not a strategy person. She did not plan the men or who was there or what went on.
First of all, you don't know enough. She was given all sorts of requests for additional security. As Secretary of Defense, she was given over like 600 documents, basically demanding that they give them additional security, and she did nothing.
How do you know?
They didn't even give them aid. They didn't give them any backup.
How do you know?
For hours.
Excuse me, Bruce. Do you know for a fact? Wait a second. Do you know for a fact that she did not?
You're going to say, excuse me, just like Hillary? Go ahead, just like the Democrat. Excuse me, go ahead.
Do you know?
Go ahead.
Do you know for a fact if it was? Now you just made me think. That's really stupid of you. Just try to make me lose my track. No, I don't remember that. I don't really care. Okay.
There you go, folks. You see, we have even our fights. On the show, they copy us.
No, listen to me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
No, excuse me.
Let me explain.
Okay, explain.
Let me explain. Okay. People are just on the illusion that she was the one with all the power. Okay, this woman, what about Betrayus? These people have their names for a certain reason. They are the military strategists. She is just a woman with a mouth and worrying about trying to fit into her blue pantsuit, okay?
Which she can't really fit into because she eats all those King Taco tacos.
Okay.
See how fat she's getting?
What about Obama? Didn't he eat a taco today for you?
For me?
Yeah, and he pulled out all his wads of money, too. He was showing off to the public like he was gangster.
First of all, I've been talking about tacos for like a month because, I don't know, for some reason I'm missing my LA tacos. So, and you see, you open up the social media stream here and I see Obama eating tacos. That's like the first thing they show me.
He was jealous and drooling.
Freaking bastard.
And then he took out a big wallet, a wad of dollars.
Who pulls out like $17,000 at a freaking $2 taco joint?
That was so gangster.
Pretty tacky if you ask me. And you know what? He's not pulling out his own money. That's the hope and change that he got out of everybody's freaking pockets.
But you know
that lousy Marxist communist bum.
Well, maybe if he eats tacos, at least he's eating Mexican tacos to an American. He's helping back the economy.
Now, let me tell you something else, okay? You're so freaking on the Hillary. Don't blame Hillary like you're Perez Hilton. Oh, leave Hillary alone. Last time I checked, okay, as bad as Trump is, as much as you can compare that pig fucker to Hitler, okay, Trump hasn't killed anybody that we know of yet.
Okay, you keep...
Hitlery. and Obama have killed people.
Okay. You don't...
And that's on record.
Okay, it's not on record. She
Yes,
was never
it is.
arrested for it, and there's no crime. So, I mean, she was a lawyer herself, and she would not be happy to hear that you're saying that she's already been convicted and tried of a crime. And
She's tried and convicted in the court of Bruce Montalvo.
Okay.
I'm the judge, I'm the jailer, and I'm the executioner.
Okay, but
and she's lucky this isn't Saudi Arabia. Otherwise, you know.
Listen, they're doing that in Brazil today.
You know what they do over there, right?
But anybody can type in and go, what?
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is a family show.
In Brazil, right today, they're trying to bring down Dilma, impeach her. All right? This is that, like, everybody thinks that they got this newfound power and they know they can bring down in actuality, that's going to make their order stronger. So what I'm saying is just know your boundaries and really respect everybody, Bruce, because even Hillary has her rights, okay? And you don't know, she's from a family of actors, okay? And I know she's got cousins that are actors. She knows how to play her position. She is not in charge of the strategy of the military. They are full of... You don't know for a fact if she asked Petraeus or whoever else was in charge to give more security. You do not know that for a fact, okay? And that's what I was trying to say before, was that you cannot prove to me that she did nothing. It just looks on paper to you, you're assuming. Now, maybe it wasn't her full responsibility, but everybody's putting it on her when there are many names involved. And that is what bothers me the most. It's not fair. I'm sorry. So, I mean, and you know what? The more people, the alternative people hate her, it makes me like her more. And I'm not saying anything because I don't like any freaking president. I don't believe in worship of the supreme leader. All right? I believe that we're in America. I mean, I still like to think that we have some rights, you know, a little bit of freedom of speech.
Yeah, this is in North Korea.
Okay, a little freedom of speech, you know. We like to play the boundaries here. We like to joke a lot. We like to bring up our own thoughts and opinions. And at least we have that, and we like to explore those boundaries. But I don't believe that, you know, we should go and just, I don't know, worship them or just hate them. I don't believe in these freaking idol worshiper. And we're in America and we're built on idols, and I'm into killing my idols. So that's why.
Well,
I don't have idols.
I could definitely respect that.
And I'd rather just respect the person for who they are and deal with them as another man.
Well, what's the respect about her? What has she done?
She shows up to work. She shows up to work on time every day.
Shows up to work dressed as a communist China doll.
Shit, somebody else has to pick all of her outfits for her.
Who, Mao?
Her fashion team, whatever. Then she's got like strategists for her too.
Right.
I mean, everybody's just a freaking actor. Don't you see it? I mean,
speaking of actors, because I feel that we're gonna start choking each other here.
But can I just say one thing before we get off this subject?
Go ahead.
Okay, the people that really hold the power have nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. I believe they're the people in the Pentagon. Why nobody mentions anything?
Well, now you're definitely onto something. It's definitely the military-industrial complex. She's catering to the defense contracts, and that's the thing. Do you really want a warmongering bitch in the freaking White House?
You're gonna get Bernie Sanders to come up against the Pentagon? Ah!
Look, first of all, that stupid bum. Okay, he only gives signs, half of a sign, because, you know, they had to give the other half to somebody else because they have to redistribute, you know, the chicken accordingly around the community.
Yeah.
One chicken is distributed across the entire freaking tri-state area. That's what you get with Bernie Sanders.
He's a joke. He's not even a real contender.
He's a bum. He's a bum that slanged EBT food stamps as a job, his first job, when he's 40 years old.
He doesn't even speak presidential. I'm sorry, but I don't really like an exaggerated person that sounds like Brooklyn Jew. To me, that sounds like fake.
Put on.
Yeah, and I don't like that, okay? So, if I was running for president, I would clean up my accent, and I would make sure that I sounded very presidential when I spoke and eloquent. And I feel like it's a disrespect to my integrity. And I think I'm very disgusted that he said that the biggest pride of the Jews was the Holocaust when it was...
Could you believe that?
That it's not the truth. It's not a pride, okay?
I mean, if anything, that's the biggest pain, the biggest sorrow.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's not pride, okay?
I mean, we just had a family member pass.
Yeah.
Who survived
the Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Him and his father, but everybody else in the family got killed, and he went through 5 different concentration camps.
So all you sons of bitches out there, all you anti-Semitic pricks in fucking bigot talk radio could eat my fucking ass without jelly and syrup, you fucking pieces of shit, because the Holocaust did happen, you fuck faces.
Listen, one of those very guys, I won't mention his name, his father himself, it was killing Jews in Treblinka.
Yeah, I don't want to give these scumbags
I'm not going to give any
press.
names.
I'm tired of you've already given too many scumbags press on the show.
Yeah, but
just by saying their retarded fucking names.
In Treblinka, and then the actual words in the mouth of Franz Stengel said that he could, he just treated people like animals when he let them go to the slaughter, and it was like $1 every time he killed a Jew.
Right.
It was just work for him. And then the children of guys like him are running around on talk radio, screaming, and not just one. I can tell you like 3 or 4 of their spawn are around in alternative media from that man, Franz Stengel, who admittedly just thinks Jews...
Lebensborn.
Yeah.
Lebensborn. Look it up. It's a program, a breeding program, and they've taken over the world. Hell, I was even in bands with Lebensborn. I didn't even know they were. I didn't even know they were Jesuit scum suckers that were spying on me.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. They know who you are from your social security number. SS, your SS number. We're going to check your SS. Are you Aryan or are you Jew? Somewhere this Jew Mexican, take from him, punk him, see what he's got to steal, even if he's nothing. And they did, and they punked you and they robbed you.
Sick.
Yeah.
They make me sick. If they ever come near me, I got a baseball bat with their name on it. Anyway, folks, we're talking about actors. They're all actors. They're all a bunch of satanic actors, right? Well, it doesn't get any more freaking Hollywood than that Oregon standoff bullshit, doesn't it? Didn't the video come out that it was edited twice?
Yeah.
They're trying to say the stupid-ass, lying piece of shit FBI is trying to say that this video is genuine. Meanwhile, those cocksuckers edited the video twice.
And they figured it out with the time code. They had an expert who was a real, an analysis, video analysis guy, and he looked at the time codes, and they were cut up, and they isolated the footage, the 2 different shots, and he totally showed it. One where the truck was buried in the snow, where it kind of had one take, and the guys were in different positions. And there was another take with a different time period, and it was
first of all,
was not buried.
The car embanked. It just hit the embankment and just slammed right into the snow. It buried itself right into the snow.
Yeah.
How the hell is that guy going to get out when it's buried into the snow? Okay, so he had to back up, do it all over again. And the thing is, the drone, when it's watching them, all of a sudden it just, like someone shot it or something, and it looks downward and then looks back upward. So what did they do? I mean, it's just totally fishy. You could even see the edits.
Yeah, well, they cut a time. They used the end footage of another take to swipe it as a transition. So while they were using footage, the camera did that at one point, made that kind of a bend motion, an elbow motion, and then they took that elbow footage of it falling out of the frame, and they used that accident, and they seamlessly cut it in. But what they didn't seamlessly do was deal with the time sequencing, and that was found out by actual video editors. And we inspected it, and I already knew that
they did a great job.
I already knew that Lavoie was alive. All right. First of all, his son, a guy looking exactly like him, came out around with those people stating, "Oh, that was Lavoie Finnegan. Yeah, he died. I saw him." Yeah, and that would be the guy who would, in reality, have to be the one to identify the body, would be the closest family member.
Well, rumors,
if he really did die.
Rumors were abound that there was nothing in the casket.
Yeah, and then I heard something about a wax something, or so many different weird stories.
That had to do with Obama and some funeral he attended where the cadaver looked like a wax figure. So that's the thing. They've done this type of stuff before.
Uh-huh.
And what are they trying to achieve with this type of psychological operation?
Well, they want you to skip. They want everybody to be afraid of government. That's for sure too. They want you to think that you have no rights. That if you do try to do anything that they deemed anti-government, that you could be shot down at will at any given time. And I don't believe that's the case because, first, I just don't think that's the truth. I think that because they do stuff like that in order to scare people into submission. It's like a play. And it's a message, and they want you to. It's not even about guns as much as it is about that whole movement to rebel against the government. It's like, yeah, there's a militia involved, but it wasn't so much about the militia as it is about coming up and speaking up against the government and saying, antagonize, or trying to, upset, provoke the government in any way. You could get shot. I think that it works as a major psyop against the people because they don't know what's going on. And
first of all, you have so much fake news everywhere. They're manufacturing fake news against the Second Amendment like you won't believe. They got a war against the Second Amendment, like Rambo would say, like you won't believe. Okay, that's what they're doing. Okay, well, what did we hear today? That some 4-year-old shot his mother with her gun while they were driving in her pickup truck? Yes. First of all, what kind of fucking 4-year-old has the strength in his finger to pull the trigger like that?
I was shaking my head. I said,
well, what
impossible.
Is that?
That's impossible. That's
what,
impossible.
What is he taking, steroids?
I mean, a 4-year-old to pick up that heavy-ass gun, first of all, and then to be able to stick his finger through it and press it. Show me that kid, please. I don't even think these wild kids in the favelas could do that shit yet,
They're just manufacturing news to have the populace up in arms and afraid of guns. Oh my God, you can't have a gun because your little kid's going to fucking blast you away, blow you away.
Yeah, and if she was really an enthusiast, she would have really had
she would have had the proper safety, the gun lock. Okay, the gun would have been secured. It wouldn't have been out in the open. First of all, you got to treat a gun like it's a baby itself. Really. Yeah, exactly. You got to cradle it. You got to sing to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just insanity. What you have is government crisis actors. Government crisis actors everywhere. They're being hired because they repealed the Smith-Mundt Act. That means that the government can now create fake news.
Yeah. And what I don't understand on Facebook, they actually give you an option to complain if it was like a fake news story. I thought about just doing that one day to complain about one of these
things. Well, you'll be there all day.
But, you'll
be there all day. You'll be clicking on at least 90% of the stories because they're all fucking fake.
Right. I can't believe they even give you that option. Well, there's really people out there with complete hatred for the Jewish people, all day screaming about how that.
Oh, it's insanity!
You can't even
you can't even say Arab. You can't even say Arab, but you can say everything you just said, and it's honky dory.
Yeah, it's always okay to beat up on a Jew. It's always okay to victimize a Jew in terms of their book. You know what I'm saying? But we're the resistance. You know what I'm saying? Try to fuck with us, I'm gonna fuck your head up. You know what I'm saying? Try to rob us, we'll fuck you up somehow. I'll fucking put a candle on you with your name on it.
You'll open up a can of whoop ass. That's what we're gonna do.
I'll call Madame Cagliostro. What was her name? Sorceress.
Now you're scaring me.
The necromancer.
Now you're starting to scare me.
Yeah.
So just
I'm trying to light a candle and do some voodoo or some shit. Talk to my Haitian friend somewhere.
Dear God.
Yeah, I'll make a trip to New Orleans just for you. You know what I'm saying? Get some hair and get some. I don't know. Figure out something.
So, why don't you advertise your lovely jewelry to the people?
Oh, really?
Because
okay.
it helps support the show.
All right. Well, speaking of Wicca and I'm not really into that dark stuff anyway. I do believe in crystal magic though, but not really magic. Just as crystals is a basic energy, as an energy thing, as for healing and organite. But you can find a lot of our jewelry over at Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture. That's one word, conceptual CONCEPTUAL, subculture SUBCULTURE, and you'll find lots of handmade crystals and some totem stuff, amulets, wire wrapped with copper and sterling silver. We have rubies, diamonds, real diamonds. There's a few diamonds. They went really fast, Bruce. I have to get lots more of those raw diamonds in.
We also have a lot of Mexican sterling.
Not so much anymore.
Not so much?
No, that's...
I've been keeping track of the inventory.
No, most of it is our handmade stuff now. I only have like 2 Mexican pieces now. And that's only in Antique Obsessions. And that's at etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions. So, but yeah, you should definitely try to get something. There's still a sale going on at Conceptual Subculture. I think there's still 50% off. I think it's another day or two. You can get some awesome, cool, like chokers, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, cuffs. You know, got some really cool things there, so you should check it out. There's only like 150 things, less than, oh my God, there's like 300 or 400 things a couple of months ago. Well, we have a lot of work to do, Bruce.
Absolutely, and if you also want to check out eastbymall.com and use coupon code BruceNY, you can save up to 10% on the best in CCTV surveillance systems for your home and business. That's eastbymall.com. Eastbymall.com. Be sure to use coupon code BruceNY. And also check out my good friends at LaCharmTUSA.com. You want the best in organic tea, folks? Go to LaCharmTUSA.com. Use coupon code BruceNY there as well. Now, speaking of Mexican, I have a story here. A group of young Mexicans create neo-Nazi organization to protect society? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought I heard it all.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? A group of young Mexicans. Here they are hiling. I mean, did someone forget to tell these guys that they're freaking browner than a freaking mud puddle?
Wait, does that even look like George Lopez? Because that guy's like totally German.
Speaking of George Lopez, I have a feud with that freaking vato bandito piece of shit. Okay, that fake fucking Mexican, okay, that he's brown, but that's just German camouflage. I'm pretty damn sure he's a Lebensborn too, stealing from real freaking Mexican comedians.
Probably. He probably's got like a bunch of Jesuits also running around Mexico trying to get the funny ones. Or just like young, vivacious Americans, you know, coming up, Chicanos, really funny people.
Look, all those guys, they just play up the whole Chicano thing. I bet he can't even speak 2 licks of freaking Spanish.
Wow.
Okay, the guy looks like a freaking Salvadorian last time I checked.
Yeah, he's ugly.
He's fucking ugly.
He looks like that guy that I went to court with, Chris Perez.
Anyway, I bet George Lopez is part of this freaking Nazi Mexican organization. Neo-Nazi Mexicans. Are you shitting me? Last time I checked, there's a vast Jewish history in Mexico, and that's where most of my family comes from the Jewish areas of Mexico that they were brought there after the Inquisition, from fleeing the Inquisition.
That's right.
So, what the fuck is this? Neo-Nazi organizations to protect society? Okay, there was also Inquisitions in Mexico last time I checked.
Yeah.
Many of them. So this could be very well be the start of a new Inquisition.
It could
and
be.
You had that piece of shit Pope over there not too long ago.
Yeah, and we have
riling people up.
And there's still plenty of Mexicans that think that Jews are bad because they killed Jesus.
They killed who? Mithra?
Yeah,
Dionysus?
right.
You know what I can't stand? I can't stand these goddamn Baptist freaking ladies, okay, that wake me up out of my fucking sleep to talk to me about freaking Dionysus or Jesus, some British blue-eyed pig fucker who's supposed to save me. Are you serious?
Bruce was woken out of his sleep the other day, basically by some 2 little old ladies trying to preach to him the gospel. He did not handle it well.
Well, I was civil to them. I just looked at them right in the, right in the eyes. I said, Jesus was known as Mithra in Persia, and in Greece he was known as Dionysus and Attis, and he's got many names. He's been around longer than you can believe. There's many different entities and deities, and they just stared, looking at me, just like pale-faced, just like,
Huh? What? What are you talking about? But
like they were Tim the Toolman Taylor.
one of my Jewish friends said to me this week, she said, it's just amazing how people can hate you so much when their own supposed God, well, she didn't even say supposed, she said their own God that they worship was supposedly Jewish. Like, not just a Jew, but like a very Orthodox Jew. And if you really want to look at the scriptures, all you got was somebody that pointed a finger. You know, who knows if what he had pointed to his head at the time. But actually, the Jew didn't kill the Jesus guy, okay? At the end of the story was that the Romans did the killing.
Yeah.
As far as I could
gambling his robes, beating the shit out of him. You know, it's the freaking goddamn Italians.
Beloved the Pope. Beloved the Pope.
Wait a minute, what am I saying? Italians. Iranians, right? Aren't they Iranians? So they have the same color flag? Okay? It's the stupid-ass freaking guineas that whacked your fairy tale Santa Claus.
That's right.
In your fairy tale freaking Christmas story.
But they don't want to believe that, Bruce, because they worship the Pope. They're worshiping the Pope.
Oh, wait, they think he's God. You know what? Hillary Clinton's going to be the next Pope. She's going to be the Pope of the United States. That satanic high priestess Pope.
Listen, she's Queen Junior. That's what she is. She's like the monarch, but like junior monarch.
You don't know how right you are when you say that.
I know I'm right.
She's actually related to Queen Elizabeth, folks. And that, I'm not pulling your leg. She's related to Queen Elizabeth, and she's related to Barbara Pierce. So if you're wondering why nothing ever changes in America, is because you have these dynastic, elite, freaking families that are running roughshod all over us.
Right, so whatever. I mean, they do whatever they're going to do. They're going to manage. Everybody gets they get to manage like a certain portion of the world, I guess, you know. All of them, it's just they're part of their positions and how they hold their power. You know, so I don't have any power. The only power I have is my creativity. That's it.
So you have a lot of power, actually. When you don't make dinner, you have a lot of power over me. I'm like literally like at your, at your every command.
Well, it's because I show you a titty here and there. You know.
Hey, there's a family show, okay? There's a
No.
family show. No.
10:15 is not family.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a new thing here on the Bruce Montalvo show. All right? Fuck a David Letterman. It's time to do Bruce's top 10 list. That's right. Okay, so now the top 10 list from my offices in Butt, Montana. Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer. You heard of that guy?
Yeah.
You know the dog freaking caretaker guy?
I heard.
So apparently he's he's under investigation for animal cruelty. What do you think of that?
Oh, it's really weird.
So he's beating the shit out of pit bulls.
Really?
That's right. You know how he gets them on the show to comply or whatever. He's like, okay, you sit down. Well, now
he beats the shit out of pit bulls.
Apparently, dog whisperer Caesar Milan under investigation for possible animal cruelty.
Well, what did he do?
I don't know, but this poor freaking pit bull looks like he was put under some type of Mangla torture device by this guy.
I don't know. Don't get on my case about. I mean, I can't. I don't have a lot of sympathy for pit bulls.
Okay, so you want them to throw the book at this guy Caesar Milan then?
I don't know what happened. I don't know the story.
Okay, on to the next one.
Right. Need all the
Al
facts.
Sharpton, FBI informant extraordinaire. He says if Trump wins, he's getting out of here. I say good riddance. Get the fuck out of here, Al Sharpton. We're tired of you, you fat fucking greaseball piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
He just looks like Marcus Garvey to me.
Exactly. Now, on to number 3. China. Or as Trump says, China. China unblocks searches referring to Kim Jong-un as a pig. I guess they're not too happy
Really?
with him.
When did they call him a pig?
I don't know. The Times reporting here that the derogatory term is commonly used by Chinese The Chinese obviously call him a pig a lot, so they had to censor the term. But now they're allowing it back on their internet. I guess they're kind of pissed off at him.
We've been calling Alex Jones a pig all week. Because he was saying all these disgusting things to me, so calling me a tranny and stuff. So we've been saying he sounds like a pig. So we've been calling him Piglet. So let's listen to what Piglet has to say today. Has to say today, and now you're telling me that China's calling little Kim Jong Piglet. That's funny. Swiss cheese.
So, the next one. Jorge Ramos. Apparently he won the Democratic debate.
Ramos?
Ramos. But I'm calling him Ramos because he looks kind of like a girly man.
Oh. You want to ram his ass?
Excuse me? Who do you think I am? Freaking Marco Rubio? What do I go to foam parties?
No.
Okay?
Oh,
this is out of control. Now, we're on to top 10 list number 6. The truth about a Nazi train with 300 tons of gold, gems, and weapons. Apparently it was booby-trapped. What do you make of that? They found a Nazi train.
It sounds like a movie about to happen. They're trying to put out
with
like
300 tons of gold, gems, and weapons.
Okay, that sounds like the beginning of National Treasure movie Part 12, and they're just like putting that out as a feeler for possible...
Part 12?
Yeah, for plot possibilities. I think they're just... That's a feeler for me.
So...
Fake news.
Yeah. Those are...
the big fake news stories of the week.
I mean, we're just full of fake news here with this just piece of shit media here, folks. That
how does one
unrelenting.
Themselves?
Here we have the FBI. FBI instructs high schools to inform on students who have anti-government views.
I don't believe it. I saw that too. I didn't believe it. I think that's a lie story.
A lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. That's a lie story.
Why is it a lie?
Because it's not happening. Because I think people...
I wouldn't leave it past some suckers over at the FBI to do that.
Kids are not even formulating their ideas enough so much to even decide what the hell they are really for and against. So I don't believe that they're even bothering. I don't believe that they can even assess a kid's brain, whether they're anti-it or not. They can't even assess if I'm anti-it for government or not. How the hell are they going to assess a freaking 15-year-old?
All right, on to number 7, I believe. Thieves steal Donald Trump-inspired giant ball cap. Apparently some guy made a giant ball cap in his garden with, that cheap freaking hat that Trump wears that he says was made in America, but really was made in Pakistan or Mexico or China or whatever. Yeah. They went and a couple of hooligans just they stole it from some guy's lawn.
That's funny. Probably off of Laurel Canyon or something, right?
Trump says, "I think Islam hates us." Is he right?
I guess so. I mean, some do, some don't. Look, I know a lot of Yemen. I know a lot of Arab people. They could care less. The ones that are living here could give a fuck. They just want to make money and just leave. They know they can make money here. Honestly, they don't even think about their politics. They don't even care. They know that it's all lies anyway. Talk to an average Arab person. They're going to tell you it's all lies. I mean, the Yemenites in the corner, they're nice guys. I mean, they're like, you talk to them politics, they're like, it's all lies, I mean, they don't believe it. So, I don't know.
Isn't Islam just a branch of the Jesuits?
Yeah. But they don't know
they
that.
wrote the Quran.
Yeah, but the average Arab person, or not just Arab, but the
that's what they are. They're
person.
Vatican assassins. So, Trump is right. Islam does hate us. Mm-hmm. Islam does hate us. Seriously. I mean, it's beyond me. If you've ever read what the Jesuits put in that freaking Quran, it says kill, kill, kill the infidel, kill, 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 kill. It must say kill in there like over 3,000 times.
Okay, so the Nazis were running Islam, and it's a whole Nazification of the Islamic nations, and they co-opted their religion and they've turned them into hate mongers instead of like a peaceful religion. I'm sure there's a lot of Punjabis that are fine, that are really practicing Islam, or in some quiet, Pakis also, that have their religion on lock. But some of these they've been factionalized, totally made into these crazy, angry rebel groups, just remember the Egyptian Spring, the Arab Spring. I mean, it was crazy. I could not believe so many Egyptians were killing each other. It tore me up. I was like, wait a second. These are their own people. It's not even Arab on Jew. It's Arab on Arab. Look at them tear each other to pieces. And then they're going after each other for the blood of a politician, Morsi, who didn't give a fuck about them in the first place. I never understood that.
Yeah, that was insane.
It was like showing how stupid that the Egyptians are. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of smart Egyptians, but they know themselves. You talk to a smart Egyptian, they'll tell you that 80% of their own countries is illiterate. And so with that in mind, is putting them at a disservice and a weakness, and open to any Ayman to come in, or any propaganda to come in and to guide idiot people to do idiot things.
Now, on to top 10 list, number 9. Number 9, Justin Bieber shows off his fighting skills in a boxing match. Pathetic.
Okay, when you redid him, made fun of him, I was in stitches.
It was like a girl. It was like a That's what it looked like. He was just like throwing little slap bitch freaking shots. I mean,
He was worried about his face getting
it was insane.
scratched or something,
It's insane how pussy he looked when he was fighting. Now, finally, number 10. Donald Trump nacho dudes are just two dudes who fucking love nachos. There was 2 guys at a Trump rally feeding each other nachos? I mean, what, Trump supports the Lavender Club? Is that what they're trying to tell you?
Maybe.
Trump's Mr. Lavender? I mean, he's got Caitlyn Jenner looking at him now.
But he was pushing Mexican food. They were white guys, or they were Mexican lovers?
Oh, man, it was like this interracial gay couple. Like some Asian dude and some white dude.
So it was an Asian and a white guy eating Mexican food. So they were fusing, different cultures together. It was a whole melange of festivities. Man. Huh?
What will they think of next, folks? I'm all out of words.
Jalapeno matzo balls?
That sounds good, actually. Sounds good. Now, if you have any questions, or if you would like to add to my new segment titled My Top 10 List that I came up with originally myself, that I did not take from David Letterman, be sure to email me at the Bruce Montalvo Show at gmail.com, or send me your questions at my Twitter, which is at Bruce Montalvo. All right? At Bruce Montalvo.
And you can find me also on Facebook. You can go facebook.com, right? I'm at Damage Control. That was my old station for a second, but it is my album, name of my album, but I'm putting some news out there. Or you can just go Jaja Music, right? Facebook.com, Jaja Music. That's the official page. And yeah, that's it. Or you can check out Antique Obsessions on Facebook. So you can type in Antique Obsessions, and you'll find our store through there as well.
So, it's been a real crazy week. I mean, I literally felt like I was dying the other day. I mean, I was so freaking sick. I mean, last week we told our listeners we were feeling under the weather. We had to go to the doctor. Emergency. Now, I caught something in that damn emergency room while I was waiting for you. Let me tell you something. You never want to be in a Brooklyn emergency room. Let me tell you, there's all sorts of bums, scum, filth, trash, doing drugs inside the freaking bathrooms. I mean, there was one bum that walked right past me, and he smelled like the hottest, most disgusting piss you could ever imagine. Like, he literally defecated all over himself, pissed all over himself, and was happily sitting close to me watching freaking Modern Family like it was no big deal. I felt like I was going to puke in there. Not to mention there's some ruffians back there talking about they got some freaking pistols and they're going to shoot the freaking NYC slasher.
You heard that with your own ears.
Hey, my ears are the best in the business.
Right. So, I mean, this is what's going on in emergency rooms in Brooklyn at a decent hour, too. It wasn't even like at 3 in the morning or anything like that. It was like
they got junkies running abound. That's what you're going to have if you vote for that idiot Bernie Sanders. You're going to have a bunch of freaking bums all over the place. I mean, you already have that, actually, with de Blasio.
But my friend said last night, she was telling me right around the block from here, they're sleeping. There's a couple, she said, that's sleeping right under their awning. They're scaffolding on the other side by Brooklyn Tech High School. They sleep there every single night. It's like a white couple, I think. No, she said a mixed couple. I don't know what, maybe a Latin, but I don't know, whatever. But she said they're very smart people, actually. She heard them at the laundromat talking, and then she saw them later on go to sleep there at night. But they were washing their clothes. They were just devastated.
Well, some people fall under very rough times, but these scum suckers that I'm talking about are vile, low-life trash that should be euthanized, I think. Because they're walking around, they're getting people sick, they're doing drugs in emergency the freaking bathroom. Where the hell is the security guard there?
Well, just because they get...
What's he just watching freaking Playboy in the back room, not giving a damn? I mean, there's delinquents with arms running around here. And that's the thing, folks, okay? Libtarded New York thinks that, you know, it's too Agenda 21. It's too sardine can of a city. That it's too dangerous for you to have a freaking weapon to protect yourself around here. Well, not at all. If anything, I think this is the perfect city for you to have open carry because there's so many vile freaking trash. They're slashing people in the face, okay? They're doing drugs and freaking heroin shooting up in between their fat fucking toes in emergency rooms while I'm waiting on my wife to come out. I mean, this is the type of crap I have to deal with. And I'm unprotected here. I mean, I can't stand the politics here. Okay, they empower the trash.
Right.
And take away from the honest citizens.
Yeah, I don't know how they figure it. I don't know what de Blasio's doing with the homeless situation, but it's... de
Blasio. He's a freaking devil.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Diablo.
He smells like azufre. Okay, every time I freaking see that guy on TV, I smell sulfur. Seriously. Now, I got sick. Okay?
You were very sick.
I got sick. I had like a freaking 190 freaking degree fever.
It felt very
okay?
bad.
I was like literally knocked out like Clubber Lang punched me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. And what do you suggest? I mean, you're basically my nurse, my very sexy nurse. Next time I gotta buy you a sexy nurse outfit. But the thing is, what could one do, like myself, who hasn't really been in a big city like NYC? I mean, I'm from Los Angeles, but most of the time I'd go to LA and then go back to my little suburb. So I'm not really used to all the hustle and bustle and basically all the diseases flying around here, left and right. My immune system was not ready for what hit it.
Yeah.
What could I do to battle? What did we do that got me better?
Well, I mean, to prevent illnesses, you can definitely keep your immune system high, which is why it didn't last for 7 days, which is what I heard other people were getting it for. It's because you've been drinking a lot of garlic anyway. You've had like a certain level of antibiotic in your system, which is one of the strongest antibiotics. But it only does so much, you know, and people heat it up and it loses its potency. I found out that you got to eat it raw. But what we did for Bruce, because he was so ill and he was ready to go to the doctor, we chopped up some garlic and some ginger and put it in neem oil, let it steep, put it in his socks. He sweated out the illness right away, and then the next day, then he sweated it out again, and it was like boom, bat. First he was like dying, and then it was like sweated out with that kind of concoction. It was really cool. But we had taken other things like reishi mushroom, astragalus, a lot of soups, turmeric, honey. He was doing all kinds of stuff like that, but it wasn't really kicking it into gear until we did the garlic on the bottom of your feet, which makes sense because you have like all the reflexology or your open energy. They say you can clean all your toxins out from the bottom of your feet. So
Right. I mean, all the vital organs are connected through the foot.
yeah. So something worked very, very well with that. So you might want to try that if you can't get rid of your kick your cold.
Right. No, and you got me better. I wouldn't be able to do the show today if she hadn't have worked her magic, folks. And I'm telling you, real miracle worker.
Yeah.
Garlic, it just went right into my blood system.
Yeah, but it wasn't just, it was garlic mixed with ginger, very strong ginger, and it wasn't the bleached garlic because we didn't get like garlic that's the white. You know, the Chinese are bleaching the garlic and weakening it. So I got some really good colored garlic and chopped it up and let it steep in an oil that already has a nice antibiotic qualities to it, which is called neem oil. So,
Right.
yeah, it worked. You know, we wiped you down with rubbing alcohol and tried a few different things, but it wasn't really kicking them together. A lot of vitamin C, camu, even that. But all those, like, immune boosters, you have to do more than, when you're doing healing, you have to do, like, you can't just do one thing. You can, oh yeah, I tried some herbal remedy once and it didn't work. When you're trying to heal something, whatever it is, whether it's light, acute, or aggressive, whether it's an infection, an illness, I mean, bladder infection, obviously, it's not going to work, okay, because some things are internal and it just doesn't work. But other things, a lot of things you can heal naturally, but you have to heal things on many levels. You can't just do one thing. You have to do like 9 things. I was always told, do 9 things. If you're going to do it herbal tea to really remedy an issue over time, use the 9 herbs that work together, you know, and so I've always come from that school.
Amazing. Now, moving on, what do you make of London being deemed more Islamic? London being deemed more Islamic than the Muslim world. Now, you've been to England. I mean, what can you tell us about that?
And they're lying. That's just a lie that's coming out of the Ministry of Propaganda in England. That's bullshit.
Well, last time I checked, I mean, they do have just a high population of Muslims.
Yeah. And some of them are freaking Punjabi from India, and they're all mixed up in everybody, and they have and they have a lot of Turks, and they're not that religious.
I don't know why they're that worried about them in the first place. I mean, they can't fight.
Right.
I mean, have you seen Amir Khan, folks?
But the Turks can fight a little bit. But they're like European. But they're pretty...
well, that's why. Okay? Show me one Arab that can kick ass or has actually won wars repetitively.
Right, like a guy from Saudi Arabia.
I don't think
yeah! Oh, you'd like to box a Saudi guy?
First of all,
Sheik, you know?
those guys are a bunch of secret fags. Okay? They beat their women. They treat their women like shit. They keep their women all covered up.
They rape 4-year-olds.
Okay, they have to rape freaking babies. Okay, because they're insecure about their manhood size. Okay, I don't sweat no goddamn freaking Arabs. Okay, but if they keep breeding like fucking rabbits, then you might have something to worry about, especially being that they've been radicalized by the Jesuits.
Maybe I think the Arabs should move to Brazil and breed there. They would probably go for that no abortion.
So I have the article right here in front of me from the London Telegraph. It states London more Islamic than the Muslim world. Muslims more free to practice their faith in the UK than most Islamic countries, insist Shia scholar. And that's the thing. You see, these bastards, these goat eyeball eating bastards, they think they could just they could show up in your country and they run the joint, right? They want to freaking colonize. They're the colonizers. All the assholes talking about Aztlan and the Mexicans want to colonize. Fuck you. The Mexicans have always owned the West Coast, buddy. All right, dude. We've always owned the West Coast. All right, bro. Freaking Texas was ours. All right, Nevada, Utah, You fucking name it. That whole area was ours.
Until
Just watch
Hitler came
that Absolute vodka fucking commercial. And that's what fucking Mexico was, man. It was a big piece of land. And Abraham Lincoln himself said, that land belongs to the Mexicans. Why do you have to achieve manifest destiny from sea to shining sea? Why do you have to go pick on the weaker world because they're always wrong? Okay? That's what it is. I don't sweat these freaking Jesuits. I don't sweat these Arab Jesuits.
Yeah.
At all. At all. Okay, it states here, London is more Islamic city than much of the Muslim world put together. A leading Muslim scholar has argued. You know, they want to colonize everything. Everything. They go here, oh, we own this place now. Sharia law is going to be in effect. Your daughter is going to put on this fucking burqa, otherwise we're going to cut her clit off.
I find it very hard to believe that's the case. I don't believe that.
Haven't you seen these bastards on YouTube? These radical zealots? These Arabic Jesuit zealots, the way they talk, they're in Germany. What the fuck are you doing in Germany? The Middle East is huge.
Right.
Okay? Stay on your side of the white picket fence. You know, that's why neighborhoods used to have little fences. You know, hey, stay out of my fucking lawn. Okay, your dog's shitting on my lawn. Stop borrowing my fucking tools from my tool shed. Okay? It's common sense. Okay? And they keep complaining and bitching about, the Israelis and they're stealing our land. Last time I checked, Israel is like a little spit. It's like a little freaking nothing, isn't it? It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little itty bitty nothing in the middle of a whole Arabic freaking wasteland. And these bastards are so upset that these guys are stealing freaking land left and right. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, that article's up.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that is fake news. I find it very hard to believe that they're more radical than the Saudis, than the Yemen, than the Kuwaitis.
Wahhabi.
It doesn't sound right. It just sounds like another fake propaganda coming from Tavistock.
You know what? I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to sing the jihad song. Okay. Jihad, jihad, global jihad, jihad, jihad. That's what they sing every time they're infiltrating countries. You know, they're just in there with their little freaking goat eyeballs and the little martini cup. Jihad, jihad, global jihad. That's what they want.
That's right.
They want jihad.
Oh my God! So what was Ted Cruz was in Miami, trying to get all the Cubans.
Why is it that when we say we're gonna go to Miami, okay, and we're gonna do big pimping in Miami, okay, we're gonna be getting our tans on in Miami. Now the next week these assholes are in Miami. Are they trying to piss us off?
Yeah, Hillary was there now.
It's documented, folks. You go back on our archives in Spreaker, the Bruce Montalvo show, you'll see. We've been talking about going to Florida because of this nuclear bio-holocaust that is just about to erupt. The next Fukushima that is actually not about to. It's happening right now.
It's happening.
It's happening right now.
Totally.
What am I doing? I was shilling right now. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I'm totally shilling with Bruce. You have to be careful. Yeah, just because the articles want to say that it might be Chernobyl or it's...
Well, of course, Ted Cruz is in Florida. They just had the GOP, Republican GOP debate in Florida yesterday.
But he was like,
We didn't watch it. I mean, how many are they going to have? How many of these freaking GOP debates have they had already? And they said it was going to be the last one. And now they have another one. Oh, the last one. They have another one.
They got to do the Telemundo version. Because now they say, unlike Rubio, Cruz does not speak Spanish well. Now, that's interesting. I would like to know if Cruz's German is better than his Spanish.
Let me tell you who speaks Spanish well. Okay, yours fucking truly. And I got a message for all the Latino nation out there. Oye, voten por mi amigo Gary Johnson. Okay? O si no, váyanse a la chingada. I could actually speak better, folks, but I'm going to lose most of my conservative audience because they're going to want me deported if they bring in Trump, right? If I keep freaking talking Espanol. Or they're going to want me to be on Telemundo. Telemundo.
That's right. They're going to have you on mainstream trying to appeal to the
Look, if I was on mainstream, I would fuck the mainstream media long dick style.
So we don't think that Cruz is a real Cuban either, right?
Real Cuban, my ass. He's Canadian. He's Lebensborn. He eats freaking boogers. He's a booger-eating freaking German Canadian with a flapping fucking head like Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe he's really Cubano anyway. He's making Cuban roots more overt. These people are all fake. Well, I mean, I don't know, he might have a little bit of something in him, but most of these people just get appropriated into a particular society that, whether they're fake Jews or, they look like a Jew, they'll make a Jew look bad, or they'll make a Mexican look bad, they'll blend in there with that community, and they'll just stick them there, and that's it. And there they are, just faked out. You're fake Cuban, or you're fake Mexican, or you're fake Italian. There's a lot of fake Italians.
A lot of fake Guineas. The Reich is just infamous for just faking the funk.
I don't know how the hell we've been so blind as a culture. We just slowly but surely just keep it dumb, right? We just keep what's amazing, Bruce, is that and it's sad because I found this very recently from one of my friends was telling me her child was like wished that she could be an actress one day, and she's like would love to do that, and it's like a fantasy. And the fact is like there's no positions like that available unless you have the birthright. They might even put you on the casting couch, and maybe you'll have to do a few rounds.
Yeah, they'll turn you out before they give you a freaking part.
And maybe the part's going to be really small or something, or maybe you'll get a couple of things, depends on how much you did for them. But I don't know how long it could last, because I haven't seen one real Jew that I could say, yeah, this is a real 100% Jew, and not this insider game player like Sanders, Adam Sandler, or Jon Stewart or something. They look like their family even. Those two, and they all like to speak up for the Jewish people. I don't like when people try to speak up for me, because they're not me, and most of them just try to make people like me don't even they try to make us look stupid.
Well, like Bernie Sanders, who has contributed absolutely nothing to society. Nothing. And that's what socialists do. They contribute nothing. Nothing. I mean, I'm looking at this meme right here. It's a very funny meme. It has a Bernie sign cut in half. And then the other part says, I took half of your sign because you had one and I didn't, and I'm sure you understand. That's the whole... I'm going to redistribute the chicken accordingly. I have the chicken, and now I'm going to go around the neighborhood, and you get a leg, here's a wing, you share the wing with your family. The next chicken will be available in about 5 months, so make sure you make the chicken last. That's what you get with that freaking guy.
That guy doesn't know how to handle anything.
You know what that guy looks like? He looks like the creature from the Socialist Lagoon. That is one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really about beauty contest, the presidency.
He looks like Lon Chaney. That's what he looks like. He looks like a goddamn universal freaking monster to me.
Listen, Bruce, the president is just a spokesperson for the bigger corporation, and they're just the spokesperson most of the time. They're not even the owner. They don't even have the most stock involved with this freaking government.
Right. Now, here's another funny...
and he's not... And let me finish, because Bruce... And
you gotta say,
Bernie,
excuse me.
Excuse me. Bernie Sanders, he cannot speak eloquently enough. And that's the end of it. Because he can't represent America.
The guy's a total buffoon, ignoramus, moron.
He can't represent America. He's not strong enough as a man. Like, at least Barack Obama... can speak eloquently, and he
First
sounds
of all, Barack Obama thinks he's Dwayne Johnson now. Hey, I'm gonna eat that taco. I got $17,000 right here, even though I know that taco is about $5.95. And yeah, I want that one, and you give me that one. and I endorse this topic. That's what you get.
Right. You get
He
show
thinks he's
people.
The Rock.
They all are, Bruce. They're actors. They're not the people making decisions, and I want Americans to realize this. Whoever's listening to this should not really give a fuck about the presidency, because that's not who makes your decisions.
Well, the only reason I say vote for my friend Gary Johnson, even though I know he doesn't have a prayer or a chance of winning, okay, I heard what you're saying, is, because I got friends in the Libertarian Party. But I still know that the game's rigged. And he may be related to Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
because I saw that video where he called Trump a pussy, and he was like shucking and jiving and moving like he was Vince.
He looked just like Vince McMahon, by the way, and this guy, your boy. I mean, although he might encompass some of the libertarian ideology, he still used the word pussy, and I still don't want my future president using the word pussy.
Yeah, well, this guy lowered taxes in New Mexico 13 times. And if Trump gets elected, America's going to be a barren fucking wasteland. The same thing with Hillary. You're going to be in war, constant war. If anything, you get a guy like Gary Johnson in there, he'd institute non-interventionism.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He'd bring all the boys back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know his record. I do, folks.
Okay.
Anyway, I got another.
So. That would be great if they
That's why it's not going to happen.
Right, but it doesn't. Right.
Okay, he doesn't have the manpower. Okay, and
yeah.
Here's the thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Out of the 3 most influential libertarians, you have Gary Johnson, who topped the Satanist, Ron Paul, and then your cousin, Aaron Russo, the legend.
Probably the purest one out of them all.
Well, he's family.
I would say he's probably the most innocent and probably the purest in trying to push the ideals. But I don't think that, there's any way that we can see any of that stuff.
Speaking of ideals and what he pushed, I mean, oh man, can you believe this goddamn grueling tax season? I mean, it's just, it's putting everybody in a bad mood. Nobody wants to talk about it. People are at each other's throats doing their taxes. It's just, I can't believe that my blood, my sweat, my tears, my hard-earned labor has to go to a monarch. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I mean, the American people should not have to be subjected. Where in the Constitution, speaking of your cousin, where in the Constitution does it say that I have to freaking pay the man money that I freaking earned?
And guess what my cousin said? I wouldn't not pay him.
Yeah, because they'll end up freaking raping you.
Well, I mean, there's like
those are the Queen's.
debtors' prison
those
now.
are the Queen's Templars.
I mean, people are really stupid these days to try to put themselves into debt. I mean, it's very hard. It's very tedious to keep on top of your things. And why take on credit card debt? Why take on more, buy things that you can't afford? Why? It just doesn't make any sense these days. Like, I don't know why you feel like you have to. I think that you should. Yes, it's terrible that we have to give some tax money, whatever. Everybody always says it, but that's what it is. And
yeah, did the Queen earn the money? Did she do the work to earn that money? Why do I have to give the fucking Queen bit of my fucking money?
The Queen gave me money too because I get royalties for my music. So
okay, so you're royal. You're royal. Okay, everybody's royal, right?
Whatever. It's just like, sometimes
everybody's royal around here.
Okay, they give me a little bit, I gotta give it back. Whatever. And I don't know what to say. I can't change the policies, and I can't even speak enough on them. All I'm so worried about is surviving. That's all.
That's true.
So I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to say abolish the IRS. You know what bothers me, Bruce? You know what bothers me? All the freaking commercials that our talk radios have.
Oh, yeah.
Nonstop.
That's what I wanted to get into.
Trying to scare me, or not scare, but maybe not me, but scare other people who don't file their taxes, or bombard everybody's ears to kind of creep us out.
And that's the thing. Look, if they're not freaking telling you that the IRS is going to butt rape you, they're going to tell you that you're ugly. They're going to tell you that you're fat.
Depressed.
They're going to tell you that you're poor and la-di-da-di-da-di-da.
And you need a pillow.
Well, if you want a pillow, you buy one from Don. My pillow.
No, you guys, you're gonna get one from me one day. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be called My Orgone Pillow. I make the best pillows.
You better copyright that shit right now.
It doesn't matter. I don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? My handmade pillows are so individually made that we only keep them. I only make them for friends and sick people, you know, and we have a bunch of them. They're just amazing.
They are so comfortable.
Yeah, I won't tell you how it's made, but it's got crystals in them. They're called like crystal pillows to my nephews, but they're really awesome and they really make you sleep amazing. But
they're comfy, very comfy. That's what matters to me. I want a comfy pillow. That's a pillow that I would rest my head on for sure. Now, I wanted to go back to this Bernie Sanders meme I have in front of me. It's got this highway patrol that pulls over this guy in a work truck. It says, if Bernie Sanders was a cop, that says here, is the cop talking to the guy. He says, I pulled you over the other day. He didn't say the other day. I pulled you over because the other driver was speeding through a school zone and can't afford the fine. Since you have a clean record and own a small business, I'll have to ask you to pay for half of it. That's the thing. That's what you're going to get with Hillary or a Bernie Sanders. You're going to get this democratic freaking Marxist socialism. And that's what's destroying America. Look what it has done in the 8 years that Barack Hussein Obama has been in power. His Marxist democratic socialism, the redistribution of the wealth, is destroying the American economy.
Why? Why do you say that?
We have just freaking quadrupled the national debt. I mean, more than that. I don't have the documents in front of me, but we're on the verge of economic collapse because of these Marxist policies. Okay. Since when does taking money from others, create wealth? Okay, they're going to keep taking and taking and taking until there's no more to take.
Okay, so 8 years ago, before you had Barack Obama, do you have more money in your pocket now, or do you have more money in your pocket then?
I have more money in my pocket because I'm a maker and not a taker. Do you understand me? I'm the one sitting here making things. Meanwhile, I have that son of a bitch telling me that I didn't build this, and I didn't make that, and I didn't freaking sit here all day and make these beautiful sterling cuffs that we sell at Antique Obsessions on Etsy.
I agree.
Okay?
You know what I think?
I am a capitalist. I am for a free market economy. These guys are destroying the economy with their Marxist freaking socialist ideals.
I think when Barry said that, I think what he meant, and now I think he was probably not thinking like a big man should, like the bigger picture.
No, he was just reading his teleprompter.
Okay, and I think what he meant to say was the modules, the templates in their minds, whoever's ever writing it, was thinking that the average person with the average job, like a doctor or a lawyer or even a teacher or, even an accountant or... Nothing wrong with them. Just saying that there's jobs that are in an office building, that's in a company, that's in a corporation, that's in an umbrella. A famous artist today is in an umbrella organization that's helping promote them. So I think what he was trying to say is that in America, that there's so many, corporations, and that if you were successful, you're probably part of one of them, which you didn't probably build because somebody else probably built it for you anyway, to be able to excel in that position. And that's where, I don't think that...
That's a total crock of shit, if you ask me.
Right, but I think that if he really thought about his statement, he'd probably retract, renege on a lot of things that he said.
First of all, what did that guy ever do in his life? He had everything paid for him.
Silver spoon guy, yeah.
He never had a job in his life. This idiot couldn't even hold a job at Wiener Schnitzel. Okay? He's just a little pampered pussy.
Yeah, he's a leader.
That's what he is. He's a little pampered pussy who, when he goes fishing, he can't even hold the fish by the fucking gills because he'll start, like Justin Bieber in a boxing ring. That's what you get. Barack Pussy Obama. That should be his middle name. Forget Hussein had more balls than this guy, Barack Obama.
Okay. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not caring about the president. Sorry.
Well, this is a political talk show, so we're going to
talk about that. But I don't want to focus on the president. Like, I really feel it disempowers the people to focus. I can see humor. I can see the jokes. They're a spokesperson. They're figureheads. But, like, the judges stay in power more. The Supreme Court judges have more power than the president. They're there way longer. except when you get to real power presidents like the Bushes. And that dynasty is intense. And I think the Bushes are still running America. So,
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So,
they're running Ted Cruz. They're financing every guy in the freaking GOP. They're flashing Masonic death gestures at Donald Trump, but really that's all just a bunch of malarkey. They're probably funding Trump too. They're funding the whole show.
Yes.
It's WWE reality freaking GOP TV.
And Larry King, like Shakespeare, they want to design, the average boxing match is all pre-programmed.
It's all a bunch of phantom freaking punches. Okay, they saw freaking Rocky dance around with fucking Carl Weathers. And, those guys didn't punch themselves once, even though in those movies it looks like they're knocking the hell out of each other. And they adapted that. Everything's fake. Everything's staged. Everything's orchestrated in these GOP debates, and especially the Democratic debates. Basically they're whitewashing Benghazi, Jorge Ramos. He was real brave asking questions about Benghazi. I'm really disappointed in Univision, actually, because Univision actually was doing a really good job, if I recall, at exposing Benghazi. And, now, of course, Clinton bought them off. But it's not hard to buy off those amnesty-loving freaking turd burglars.
Right. Oh, well, it's coming to the end of the show. We only have about a minute left, Bruce. So now I hope you guys like this new 2-hour format. You're able to not step on each other's toes as much, and we're able to go into depth and joke around a little bit more, and it's easier for me to deal with it. So
Right. So
next week will be better.
It's gonna give a lot more opportunity for us to express ourselves. And how about we give the people our final thought? What's your final thought?
My final thought is that Hillary is going to be president, and everybody should just stop talking about all this stupid shit about the president.
My final thought is that Hillary is in league with Satan, and that Satan is going to need a bigger rug to cover up all the shit that the NSA is covering up for Hillary. So that being said, folks, you have been listening to the excellence of radio execution. Jaja, Bruce Montalvo. This is the Bruce Montalvo Show live every Friday on TalkStream Live. That's TalkStreamLive.com. Type in Bruce Montalvo, and you will listen to the best in alternative media, folks. So there you have it. Tune in next week. Same time, same dial.
Night. Shabbat shalom.
Sayonara.
Aloha.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to eBay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. To help support Montalvo Broadcasting Network, we have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on eBay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code anticulture. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also, you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code anticulture. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.